So my story is this: born in Mexico, raised in the United States, undocumented. I grew up in South Oak Cliff, which is the poor part of Dallas. Moved around a lot to a lot of places. Separated from my mother for 20 years. She stayed in Mexico to be a nurse, while my dad stayed here to be an undocumented worker. When I was 13, my dad got deported. You come home to an empty house. He's no longer there. He's no longer there. But each time I come back to Dallas, I come back to Oak Cliff and I move to a better side. I was making pretty good money, so what I did was I found the most expensive apartment in Oak Cliff and I took it. It was nice, but from time to time, you'd hear gunshots and go, I guess it's still Oak Cliff. At the age of 18, I got my first job. At 20, I got fired. At age 22, same thing. I got fired again because my documents didn't match up. I decided I was going to deport myself because I was tired of all of the bullshit. Like one time, I saved $5,000 to buy a new car. I ended up spending it on getting my papers fixed by an attorney. Within 3 weeks, that attorney had $3,000. I never heard from him again. And eventually you get tired. But then there was this big march, and that kind of ignited the idea of like, hey, there's a lot of us. I started doing more like radical work, hunger strikes, planned arrests until people were saying, oh, this guy's kind of crazy. I started doing small campaigns, but campaigns are, flawed by design. The people are just a means to an end. When a politician says, I want to get out the Latino vote, they just want us to vote for them. And I've sold myself to the highest bidder before, but now I'm like, to hell with that shit. I'm going back to my roots. If Trump wins, I see like Gestapo-style raids, crazy stuff. Maybe people who don't give a shit who the president is will wake the hell up. Like I say, if you're under attack, you can either run or fight. Oh, Arizona. My mentor called and said, do you want to fight the sheriff in Arizona? And I was like, I have to go to school. He was like, to hell with school. And I was like, hell yeah. We did all kinds of crazy things against him, sabotaged his events with a political theater. We took live chickens into his office, but Arizona it was scary. I wouldn't drive in Arizona. I would be so scared because they can pull you over. Scariest thing, we were canvassing, they pulled us over. I'm not driving, the other guy next to me is driving. They asked for his license and registration. Then the cop asked me for the same. I'm like, I'm not driving. I'm from Texas. And he's like, yeah, but we still need your license and registration. And I'm undocumented, have my Mexican passport, which is something you are never gonna show a policeman. And luckily in my wallet, I had my Sam's card. And so that's what I showed him. I showed him my Sam's card and it had my picture. The picture was blurry and he took it and said, okay, yeah. If you buy in bulk, you must be American. You must be American.